Tip number one to get a girl out of your league, be filthy rich. No, that's not one of my tips, but I did want to acknowledge it because so many of you guys down in the comments are going to say, Antonio, I don't have the money. I don't have the resources. I don't have the dough to attract the woman I want. Well, guess what? There are ways around this. And in today's video, I've got 7 tips that you can apply immediately to get a girl out of your league. Now, gentlemen, the tips in today's video are very personal. Almost 20 years ago, I used them to get a girl out of my league, who I'm still with today, and that's why I love them. They're timeless, and if you want to hear a little bit more about my story, I'll talk about it at the end of today's video. Tip number one, gentlemen, confidence. And here's the problem. If you think that any woman is out of your league, that's the issue. You've got to have the confidence to know that we are all human beings. No woman is better than any man, and no man is better than any woman. Yes, she's beautiful. She's attractive. She looks like she's got everything going on. Well, guess what? She's still got insecurities. She's still got problems. She still has issues, just like you. But you are in the same league with every other human being. And when you realize that, you have the confidence to go up and talk to anybody. Now, to have a high level of confidence, you got to take care of your mind. You got to take care of your body. I know a lot of you guys are eating well. You're going to the gym, but are you going to the doctor? And this is a real problem, gentlemen, is that most men do not go to a doctor regularly, yet most men will deal with erectile dysfunction in our lifetime. I know, ED, not something easy to talk about, and that's why I love Roman, the sponsor of today's video, because they make treating erectile dysfunction easy. How easy? How about 3 steps? This is how it works. Step 1, go to getroman.com/RMRS. The link is down in the description. Step 2, you'll have a quick chat with a licensed U.S. physician. Step 3, you'll get ED meds delivered right to your door in discreet, unmarked packaging. No waiting rooms, no awkward face-to-face conversations, no uncomfortable trips to the pharmacy. Gentlemen, for a free online visit, go to getroman.com/RMRS or click on the link in the description. Again, that's getroman.com/RMRS for a free online visit. Tip number 2, stack the odds in your favor. So if you're an engineer, and in your off time, you go to sports bars. Guess what? You're surrounded by men, and then you're surrounded by men again. Guys, change it up. So this is going back, but I was in Pensacola in the United States Marine Corps. But what I did is I actually went back to school at the University of West Florida. Why did I do that? Because I got to pledge to a fraternity and then attend all the parties where, guess what? The ladies were at. And it was a target-rich environment, gentlemen. I'm just simply saying, put yourself in a position where you're around a lot of just women. If you want to meet women, tons of ideas here. If you're in school, take an art class, take a drama class, learn to dance. If you're outside of school, I can tell you that women are always wanting to learn how to dance and male partners are scarce. And I'm not talking about being a creeper. I'm talking about just simply going out, having fun and putting yourself in a target-rich environment. Next up, gentlemen, be different, stand out. So for those of you over in the UK or maybe Australia, what happens when you visit the US? The ladies love you. You know what I'm talking about. They love that accent. You just start to talk and they're just like falling over. Use this to your advantage. Find a way to be different. If you're in an environment in which men are not dressing well, guess what? Dress up your game. All of a sudden, you're going to stand out. Now, you got to have the courage. You have to have the confidence to be able to pull this off. But all of a sudden, you're going to be able to stand apart from the crowd and draw attention in a good way. Tip number 4, and this one's going to be a bit controversial, so let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree, but that is to make an impression, whether it be good or bad, because what you don't want is to not even be remembered. So there was a coach that taught me this, and he had an incredibly beautiful wife. And what he said, she thought I was a complete asshole when I met her. But here's the thing, is that she remembered me. I apologized later, and then I was able to make it up. And all of a sudden, we had a relationship. I made an impression. Now, that stuck with me. And what I want you guys, I don't want you guys going off and being a-holes. But what I do want is for you to actually say, you know what? Can I make an impression? Is it something that I can get these people to remember me? So it may be, again, the way you dress. It may be the way that you speak, the points that you raise in class. Find a way to actually stand out from the crowd, to be remembered so that later on you can start to build that relationship. Next up, gentlemen, play the game, play the numbers. Start talking, start introducing yourself. Practice saying hi. Wayne Gretzky said it best, 100% of the shots you don't take, you're going to miss. So you've got to throw it out there. You've got to just simply start talking. Give them a smile. Because again, if you're not being remembered, if they have no idea you're there, how are you going to even have a shot to ask her out, to spend some time with her, to actually get to know this person? Perhaps the best piece of advice I got with this tip was to learn to collect no's. Basically, you want to get to a point, you want to be pretty clear that you want to go out with her, that you want to spend time with her, and she's going to either have to give you a yes or a no. Now, if she gives you a no, guess what? You at least know and you can move on. But sometimes you're going to start to get that yes, and you're going to improve your batting average, and you're going to learn to deal with rejection, which is very important in life, well beyond dating. The next tip, gentlemen, take care of yourself. Physically, you want to make sure your hair's looking good. You've got nice skin. You take care of your skin. Hygiene, very important, gentlemen, not just brushing your teeth, but actually going to the dentist, making sure you get rid of that plaque if you've got bad breath. And then let's look at the way that you dress. You put yourself together. Again, I've developed this whole channel about you controlling the message that you're sending and develop that mind. Women, they're pretty smart. They look past the physical very quickly and they're going to wonder, can I hold a conversation with this guy? So you want to be well read. You don't like to read? Well, listen to audiobooks. Watch documentaries on Netflix or something. Whatever it may be, guys, find a way to improve and sharpen that mind. And take care of your place, your apartment, wherever you live. Make sure it looks good. I just got a letter from a lady. She's asking me to create a whole video on this because she went out with a guy and they went home and it was horrible. And she said, you know what? I had to leave. It was that bad. And by the way, if you need another video on areas that need to be cleaned, where most guys forget, go check out this video right here. I will be linking to it down in the description. Now, this next tip, really important, and that is have standards. You need to know what you're looking for. And I can tell you this is really impressive when you have standards and you stick with them, because most men, we do not. We fall into this trap of, oh wow, she showed some interest in me. And even though I know I don't like this type of woman, I've gone through multiple relationships. They have all failed whenever she has these characteristics. Oh, I'm going to throw that right out the window. Guys, write it down. You need to know what you're looking for and have those standards. Now, at this point, gents, I'm going to share with you a little bit about my story. But if you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe, become part of the Real Men, Real Style community. And if you've got something to add, let me know in the comments. So back in 2000, I made the decision I wanted to travel, go spend 30 days in a country that I'd never been to. I had friends over at the embassy in Kiev. And I said, you know what? Let's go explore the former Soviet Union before it disappears. So when I went over there, guess what? I was instantly different. I was a young military officer. I had just started to develop much better confidence than I had ever in college or even in high school. And so I showed up, I'm different. I've got confidence. And all of a sudden, I'm able to go out there and meet a wide range of people. And I was talking to a lot of people. I was staying with families, couch surfing before it was cool. And they thought to introduce me to, let's just say, a number of single ladies. Now, I have to admit, I was not very well dressed, but I did have fresh breath and I had my Heinz height from the USMC. The point is, I had standards and I pretty much had dated around. I knew what I was looking for. And when I met the one, I knew it and I acted on it. Now, within 72 hours of meeting my now wife, I told her I was going to marry her. And I think the impression I made was that I'm a bit crazy, but I kept flying back and eventually we did get married. We lived together in Ukraine. Now we've got 4 kids. But the point is, these tips work, gentlemen. And I want to hear from you down in the comments. Agree, disagree, what did I miss? And don't forget, gentlemen, if you're dealing with ED, go check out Roman. I'm linking to him down in the description. That's getroman.com/RMRS for a free online visit. Gentlemen, take care. That's it. I will see you in the next video.